Amy couldn't stick to any of them, even though her life was on the line. And with every failure, she turned to comfort foods, and the vicious cycle continued. As time went by, her self-esteem collapsed and our relationship suffered. She became more distant. Her energy levels, vitality, and general well-being went rapidly downhill. So if you are watching this and feeling similar, I understand. Feelings of hopelessness when one more diet fails, the shame of looking at yourself naked in the mirror, the binging and endless roller coaster of emotions. I get it, because I saw Amy experience those things on a daily basis. But we pushed on, trusting the advice we were given by the doctors. And although the diets and exercise regimens were supposed to help, she kept piling on more and more, and was unable to fight the intense cravings for sugary and starchy foods that overpowered her. And the heavier she got, the further I felt she was drifting away from the woman I'd fallen in love with. We found ourselves slipping into a boring and mundane existence. Work, eat, sleep, repeat. Constantly tired, agitated, and dissatisfied with life. We couldn't go on like this, so I decided to book a vacation. I remember that Amy told me it was her dream to visit Hawaii one day, so when I told her I had booked it, I was expecting her to be overjoyed. Instead, she immediately burst into tears. "Why have you done that? What am I going to wear? Do you think I want to sit by a swimming pool looking like this? I'm not going," she cried. I tried to console her, but it was pointless. "Look at me," she screamed, grabbing the fat around her belly. "You never look at me the way you used to." And although I tried telling her she's wrong, I knew deep down that she wasn't. You see, I loved her just as much as the day we got married, but the truth was, I didn't find her as attractive anymore. I wish I did, but I didn't. And she knew it too. She could see it in my eyes. I tried to put my arms around her to comfort her, but she pushed me away. "Don't touch me. I'm fat and disgusting, and I'm always going to be fat and disgusting. Get away from me." I hated seeing her like this, but I felt powerless because I didn't know what to do to help. And then it happened. Just when I thought we had hit rock bottom, things got a whole lot worse. I was upstairs when I heard her scream. "Amy, are you okay?" I shouted down, but there was no reply. I ran to the top of the stairs, and that's when I saw her. Her lifeless body slumped in a heap at the bottom. The weight had taken its toll, and she had blacked out while trying to climb the staircase. Or at least that's what she had told the doctors and me. That night, as I sat beside her hospital bed, staring at the walls and feeling my heart constrict in my chest, I imagined life without Amy, and the devastation it would cause to our family, our kids. It was at that very moment I vowed I'd do whatever it takes. I was determined to find a way to help her get healthy again and build her self-esteem, get my old Amy back. But she'd had spent most of her adult life torturing herself with diets and exercise, and look where she ended up. There must be another way. The thought of losing her broke my heart. She's my world. I had overheard the doctors discussing Amy's blood results. They were concerned about her hormones: insulin, cholesterol, estrogen, progesterone, and ghrelin in particular. So I asked our doctor exactly what they were looking for. "A lot of people her age can have hormone irregularities. It's normal," he said. "Normal?" I questioned. "Well," he said, "it's not really normal, but it is the norm nowadays." That got me thinking. With my medical training, I knew that hormones are what controls our appetite. Could Amy's overeating simply be a symptom of an underlying hormonal issue? So that night, as she lay there asleep, I got out my laptop and began my mission. I decided to start from the very beginning. What actually makes us fat? And the simple answer is hunger. Hunger makes us fat by telling our body when to eat. And hunger, unlike willpower, is an irresistible force, which means it always wins out in the end. But what actually causes hunger? I discovered that the answer was ghrelin, a hormone secreted naturally that tells us when to eat and when we're full. Ghrelin is known as the hunger hormone because it stimulates appetite, increases food intake, and promotes fat storage. When levels are high, we feel hungry and crave calories. And when levels are low, we feel full and satisfied. Sounds simple enough. But problems arise when ghrelin production goes into overdrive. Take a look at this image. At the top, we start to eat. As our stomach and fat cells expand, the body stops releasing ghrelin, which signals our body to stop eating. This should be the part where we would put the knife and fork down and we maintain a slim and sexy figure. But the problem is that some people's bodies keep on pumping out ghrelin, so their brain never gets the message that they're full. As a result, you continue to feel hungrier and hungrier even though you're eating more and more, resulting in a vicious cycle of overeating and never feeling full. Until before you know it, you've wolfed down an entire cake, a bag of chips, and an extra large soda. Now, not only are you still hungry, you're feeling sick, tired, and racked with guilt. And soon after, this never-ending cycle starts all over again. This is the same rut Amy had been in for years, and would explain why she had found it so hard to stick to those diets. And this is the same vicious cycle countless millions of others are finding themselves stuck in. You see, like I said earlier, hunger is an irresistible force. Click below to claim your package now.